Hey guys, it's me. Coming to you from a very, very sunny, very springy day. Feels like spring is in the air. Today is February 28th, 2025. And I woke up feeling amazing. I woke up feeling really good. You know, the last few weeks have been very challenging energetically. I've been sleeping really badly, waking up a million times a night, off and on coughing, scratchy throat, and just feeling overly exhausted and tired. But today, although I had a really rough night last night, I coughed like crazy last night, and my throat was so rough and I just couldn't get to sleep. I figured, wow, when I wake up, I'm going to be really tired. But on the contrary, I woke up feeling amazing, feeling really good. And I know my throat isn't all the way better yet, but boy, does it feel a whole lot better than it has been. And so I checked with my team and I was like, okay, what's going on? Because I feel different. Like I feel lighter, like the air, the energies feel less heavy, feel less dense. And they said, well, today is a very, very magical day. They said today, not only are 7 planets aligning, creating 7 different empowering energies being sent all in one beam of light to Earth. Not only is it a full moon, which amplifies all of the energies, on top of that, there is coming from source energy a massive influx, impouring of very high vibrational, loving energy that will, it's almost like triple amplification. All these 3 things happening all at once in one day is creating a triple amplification of that which you desire, which you request. Now, keep in mind, what the universe considers you are requesting is the energy that you're choosing to send out. So what is super, super important today is that you send out everything you desire and that you don't focus or express what you don't desire, right? Because the universe operates this way. It gives you more of what you emit, energetic-wise. So your intentions, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your words, your actions, everything has a frequency that you're sending out into the universe, and then the universe matches that frequency and sends it back to you. So today, everything is triple amplified. So that means it is a day, a perfect day, to really move into your space of feeling already what you want to accomplish, what you want to attract, what you want to experience, what you want to create for your new reality, for the 5D reality. Really, if possible, have a day where you can meditate, where you can visualize what you really desire, and lock it in by feeling what that visualization wants to accomplish. Okay, really lock it in with your emotional state. So utilize this very extremely powerful day to heal, to manifest, to help the collective creation of the 5D reality. What do we want this world to look like? What do we want to alter and change? Really utilize these energies because they are very, very powerful today. So I really hope a lot of you guys will see this message, share it as much as you can, so we can warn people that, you know, if you are going into a 3D negative space, that is going to be amplified as well, unfortunately. So we want to utilize these massively powerful influxes of energy for our own benefit and for the benefit of our society, of our world, of our universe. So very, very important that people become aware of this. Now, what I also discovered today is that apparently, you know how if you look at the Schumann resonance, every now and then we got these massive spikes of energy input, high vibrational frequencies coming to Earth, right? Well, these are coming from a God source energy. These are coming from collective ET energies helping us, working together with God source energy. And they're there to help us. They're there to reprogram DNA. They are there to help us create a new version of this earth collectively and personally, and so on and so forth. But what it does, and this is kind of interesting, so I have to start by explaining sort of dimensions and parallel realities, because I hear a lot of people talk about, timelines are being squished together or whatever, or I don't know what people are saying, but something about timelines, timelines are collapsing. That's something I've heard, and I was like, timelines. I mean, there are no timelines. Time doesn't exist, okay? Time is a human construct. It's an idea, but it doesn't really hold any value in a universal, in the universal construct. What we do have is parallel realities. Now I think that's what they're trying to say, but they're just using timelines, but time is just not existent. So time is just an idea, a perception created by the human race. I have a video on the illusion of time and space on my page if you want to get a better, clearer understanding of that. More detailed explanation. But anyway, so people get, I've noticed a lot of spiritual teachers, to some degree, really confuse dimensions, parallel realities, timelines. There's a lot of confusion there. People are misusing it or not representing it correctly. So you kind of have to see this virtual construct right here. I mean, how would I explain it so you guys can understand it? Okay. So imagine that this virtual reality of Earth, what we call Earth, this video game, is like a skyscraper, right? It's a skyscraper. Really large, humongous skyscraper, okay? And within this skyscraper, you have different levels, right? First floor, second floor, third floor, and so on and so forth. Now, each floor represents a dimension. And you can imagine that if you're on the third floor and you look out the window, you're going to have a certain perspective of the reality outside of you, of the world outside of you. And a person who's, for example, on the fifth floor is going to have a whole different experience of that same reality. You know, there's going to be a wider view. They're going to see much more information, much more details will be able to pick up on. They get to see a lot more further. So just imagine that those are the different dimensions. You really you're seeing the same Earth, but from a different angle, a different frequency, a different perspective. And you're energetically, each floor is a different frequency of experiencing. So what the 3D people might see, you might not see because you're too high up. You might miss out on certain informations that they're noticing on the, what's happening down there, and you're higher up, so you're no longer seeing the denser, lower frequencies, what's happening, but you see the Earth the same earth through a different view, a different energy, a different perspective. Sort of, if you want to look at it that way. And so within each level, within each dimension, you know, there's an infinite amount of doors leading to kind of offices, if you want to look at it that way, right? Just imagine that on every floor of that building, every dimension of that that earth construct, that video game, there's an infinite amount of offices, right? And just imagine like all these doors. Just imagine I'm thinking Matrix, where you have that, you know, that you have the hallway, and then there's all these infinite doors, and every time you open the door, you're also in a different perspective, right? Because every door leads to a window that is showing you something else, that the world again is just a little bit different, it's a little bit changed, right? And those are the parallel realities within each dimension. Does that kind of make sense? So you got the building, the skyscraper, huge. I mean, you don't think of our skyscrapers. Think of a huge construct, massively large, massively tall. That's our virtual construct of Earth. And within that building, you have each story, each level, first floor, second floor, third floor. Those are the different dimensions that already change all your perspective on what you see, how you experience out that window, that same Earth. But then on each floor, you also have an infinite amount of office spaces that each have a different window, allowing you to experience that same Earth on that level, again, in a different way. So that's kind of how you have to see the construct. It has nothing to do with timelines. If you know, it just has to do with frequency and being able to tune in by being in different parallel realities and different dimensions, being able to tune into a different perspective and experience of that same Earth. And when you look at the offices within each level, within each floor, I have all these animals rubbing against me. We have to, how would I explain this? The parallel realities within each dimension, right? So all those offices within a floor, each office leads you closer to the next dimension, okay? It's almost like a staircase. It's like every office within that floor, within the third floor, infinite amount of offices. Every time you have to go to a new office, that means you're slightly changing your frequency and you're aligning with a new reality, a new version of the 3D reality. So you keep going from office to office to office to office to office, and you kind of, without you knowing it, are slowly but surely moving up the stairs to the next floor, the fourth floor, the fourth dimension, and then you do the same and you get to the fifth dimension, right? And so a lot of people are talking about timelines are collapsing. They're not collapsing. Because of these massive, powerful days of, enhanced and amplified energy input, influx, it allows us to skip a few offices. It allows us, instead of having to go from that office to that office and staying there for a little bit, and then from that office to that office, staying there a little bit, moving slowly up to the next floor. Instead of doing it one at a time, these influxes actually allow us to hop from, let's say, office number 1 to office number 4 directly. It allows us to bypass some of these offices and get quicker, closer, the stair, it's like skipping a few steps on the stairs. Instead of going one step at a time, you're jumping from the first step to the fourth step. You're like literally jumping, and therefore getting faster and closer to the dimension that you want to be in. Does that kind of make sense? So it allows it's like a little cheat in a video game. It allows you to create a magical door, to skip a few levels, and gets you quicker to the end destination, to the desired end destination. That's kind of what this is doing. So when people talk about collapsing timelines, there are no timelines. It's basically collapsing parallel realities that you can then skip and walk through much more quicker and much more easier because of this massive energetic input. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I was just trying to give you a visual. So that's kind of what I'm receiving for today. So you can tell, oh my God, the birds are chirping like crazy. Yesterday there was no birds. Today, I mean, nature is active over here with us. In my reality bubble, everything is blooming and it just feels alive, and I feel good, and animals are everywhere. What are you doing? There's a little foot, still a baby, but growing. I let her out. I don't let her out all the time because I'm afraid for predators, because she's still very small. And there's Dopey. And we got Puss here. And we got the black kitties are all around having fun. So, anyway, I wanted to share this, and hopefully it brings some clarity to people. Just forget timelines, okay? They don't exist. Time doesn't exist. It drives me crazy when people send me videos and I can hear people talk about timelines. I'm like, it's so incorrect. But, and I don't know everything. I'm still learning, as you guys are doing. But I have a lot of knowings, and that's the one thing that I am 100% sure of, that time is... it's a construct, it's an idea that creates the illusion of time, but it's just an idea. It doesn't really, if you move to other planets, you're going to see that time is sometimes not even existing. They all live today with each day. I mean, it's difficult to explain because humans live on such a linear time, imaginary timeline. But anyway, you can access any time at any moment in time, if you want to look at it that way. As a spirit, you want to go to the medieval times, then you can be there in a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, time is an illusion. It's just different creations on a different level of frequency that can be accessed and is accessible to, time travel, like humans want to talk about it, is absolutely possible, because there is no time. There is only created realities that will forever and always be there. Once created, it cannot be destroyed. It can just simply change, or we change away from it because it's a choice. But anyway, too complex, and not enough human words to explain the complexity of it. I have a lot of the knowings, but I don't have the right words to express what I know. So that's the frustrated thing about it. Anyway, I'm going off. I'm babbling again. Okay. I'm going to leave you guys today. Share. Use this amplified energy, triple amplification, people. Use it. Use this day. Take the day off, call in sick, do whatever you need to do, but use this day for your enhancement, for speeding up the process of manifestation and creation. And just know that even though you don't see the results in the physical world of that today, the energy has been put into kind of a fast-paced mode of creation and attraction. So keep that in mind, that it is, in fact, helping you today to get you closer and quicker to the desired experiences of your chosen perspective of this reality. Okay? All right, I love you guys. I'm going to stop babbling now. Okay, bye.